spectacular ocean views not far away from the home of the Florida Atlantic Owls, FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, where they hope this game lives up to the setting. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Akron Zips, taking on another Big 12 foe, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Florida Atlantic about to put toe to leather and get this thing started. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Line gets set, first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Swings it out to the flat. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, a great job by the quarterback understanding where the pressure was coming from and understanding where his outlet was. And, David, you know, it's demoralizing, I expect, from a defensive standpoint when you think you've dialed up the blitz and you think you're getting home.
Yeah, and you're doing what you can to try to pressure the QB, and you're bringing extra guys, but sometimes that comes at a sacrifice. And you can see he got the matchup he wanted, took advantage of it, didn't get flustered. That was the biggest thing. Like most QBs, sometimes when that blitz comes, they'll get flustered really quickly and make a bad decision. He stayed calm, made the right read, made the right decision.
To the ground, he's got it again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And the Zips have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Handoff from the gun. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Quarterback on the keeper. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too, because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
The Zips will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, And I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Now the toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative on this one.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Zips. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense getting set for 1st down. Here's the handoff. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He leaves it with his back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Well, the football guys were shining on the offense on that play. I think the quarterback thought after he threw that might be pick 6 territory. But luckily, they were able to make the catch. They've now got a fresh set of downs.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score Akron 7, Florida Atlantic 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Turns it on in midfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
He'll pull it on the read. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they're able to get him down.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Looking to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's McMahon. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the 1st down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they give to the back. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
And that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the 1st here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. They'll run it from the gun. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
And they've converted their first 2 3rd down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Akron.
Touchdown, Akron. Number 27 with the carry.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
15, Florida Atlantic, 0-0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Thomas looking to fire. Pocket starts to collapse. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. The punt team makes its way onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss the last week, 4 times to be exact. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal.
He's loose. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
That is why you have to contain this guy. If you let him get out, he is an explosive play waiting to happen. And after that big gainer, I'd like to see how this defensive coordinator is going to try to get after him as the game goes on, because a play like that can make you rethink your entire game plan.
The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got a kick in the door. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Zips.
Number 27 in the end zone.
They'll line up to go for 2. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Looking, trying to escape. Cannot. The sack thwarts the 2-point try. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
0.
Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Thomas back to pass. He's going to run it. At the 20, he's got space.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too. So
Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and they took it all the way. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
a nice job by this offense. Put the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown and get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Complete downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Give to the back. At the 45, on its way. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. And the Zips headed quickly to the line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback extends the play. Fires and picked off. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Well, he was rolling to his right. Because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Thomas looking to fire. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. From the gun, the ground game. Crosses the 30, he's got away. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Zips will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, this is a receiver that needs to touch the ball in a variety of ways. They're going to throw it to him, but they're also going to get him involved on jet sweeps.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Thomas back to pass. He unleashes a long one. And it's hauled in at the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. The snap sets up the throw. It's complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It's complete to the left. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Powers forward. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. He'll set up to throw. Touchdown Owls! And here they come, almost all the way back. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Sam Houston went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Bearcats team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He'll bring it out. It's Hart. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
It's the MO of this offense. They really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Zips will line up to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? The give to the back. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Finds his man enough for the first. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. He wants to throw. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Florida Atlantic looking to score from the red zone. Oh, it's a reverse. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And how about this offense showing you a little bit of everything? Get the running backs, getting the receivers now involved down here in the red zone, trying to create some space, make something happen, and try to get in the end zone.
Third down after the run. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try to power their way ahead. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Slams it ahead. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. Slams ahead. Goal line defense on 4th down, and they give him nothing, making the stop at the 2.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. And you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score Akron 21, Florida Atlantic 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Give to the running back. Trying to buy a little room with that shotgun run, and they were lucky to get it back up to the 3.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced the 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
On 3rd down, going up top. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field. And this guy, I know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows he's got 97 yards rushing here in the 4th quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that one.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's being, he's priority number 1. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the 2nd half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Had to throw it before he wanted.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. You got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
He gets a block. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deep as the deepest, wide as the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass.
Oh, it's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
You know, this is a receiving group that practices making catches in traffic, and they're used to having guys trying to rip it free. He's got to do a better job of keeping 5 points of pressure. After he makes the catch, that's a costly giveaway.
Let's go. They'll give it to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
This guy's been running hard all game long. In the fourth quarter now with that last run, he's now at 99 yards rushing. One more carry away from potentially reaching that 100-yard milestone that all running backs covet.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Going to try to get it himself. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. The Zips come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
And the Zips are rolling down the field. They'll give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This offense has done a good job on this drive, taking time off the clock as they come up on 2nd down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Coming after it. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Splits the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They're bringing heat. And they got him for the sack.
A loss of 4 yards on the play. Brings up second down.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Thomas looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Wideout in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's going up top here late in the game. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Winning those individual 6-second battles